my name is Sarah, and today I'm going to talk about reading slumps. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the reading slump I just got out of, and kind of talk through how I got out of it and back into reading. So if you've watched any of the videos on my channel, you might know that I read a lot. Like a lot. Earlier in the year, I did 100 books in 100 days, and even the month of July, I read like close to 30 books in a month. And then we hit August, and my interest in reading took a nosedive. And for whatever reason, throughout the entire month of August and September, I just had no interest in reading. And this was my first time that I've really ever encountered this feeling. For me, reading is something I'm always interested in doing and excited to do more of. But so for me, when I was going through in like mid-August and trying to find descriptions on books through Overdrive that I would enjoy and couldn't find anything, it was concerning. It was weird. I didn't really know how to handle it. I tried forcing myself through a couple of books, and that did not go well. I just was not enjoying myself at all, and I felt like I was almost making myself hate reading, which was not what I wanted to do. So I decided that if I'm not enjoying forcing myself through reading, that I should just kind of take a step back. So that's what I did. The second half of August and pretty much all of September, I just didn't really read. How I got back into it was acknowledging that being in a reading slump's okay. It doesn't make you a bad reader. Even though I felt like a bad reader, I just had to remember we're human. Even your favorite hobbies, you're not gonna love it 24/7. And it's impossible to think that as a reader, we would somehow be immune to this. The second thing I did was stay in touch with media. Even if it's not through written stories, I still watched a number of new shows on Netflix, for example, Hannibal and Legend of Korra. I followed a couple of different art pages on Instagram and saw lots of artists doing their own interpretations of characters from both books and their own original characters, and allowed myself to enjoy some different movies than I normally watch. And slowly but surely, I think I got myself to still want to have more stories in my life, even if they weren't necessarily through reading. And when I did go back into reading, I started with audiobooks, which I think actually helped me a lot. By starting with an audiobook, it was something that was like a lower commitment version of reading. I could be doing other stuff that normally I would just be doing silently, but I could have an audiobook on and still be getting back into reading. For me, throughout my 100-day, 100-book challenge, I realized that audiobooks are wonderful and they're a really great way to keep yourself reading and in a more accessible way to read. Starting in the beginning of October, I started building back up and reading more and more. I'm not back to a book a day, but I'm consistently enjoying a number of different books, and I'm growing my TBR again. Books are looking interesting again. And I guess that's the final piece of advice. Even if you don't feel like reading right now, at least make yourself browse through whether it's Goodreads or your local library catalogs and see what's out there. Eventually something will start, because that's kind of what happened with me. It was, weirdly enough, it was a nonfiction book. It was Thomas Piketty's Capital and Ideology. I just realized that I really wanted to read it. And then my love of novels started coming back, and now here I am again. So I hope this helps. I hope for the readers out there that might be in the middle of a reading slump, I hope it helps to know that there's other people out there that are also in reading slumps, that it's totally okay to be a reader in a reading slump. It makes you normal. And for those trying to get out of a reading slump or maybe avoid it altogether, I hope this also helps. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.